All right, so let's talk about the Minnesota Wild and the Vancouver Canucks. The Canucks win last night's game 2, to even the series 1-1. So let's talk about how it happened. First of all, the Canucks score a goal on Stalock, and then the Wild come back and score a shorthanded goal to tie it up. Now, I'm going to talk about those goals in just a moment. But then Vancouver goes on to score 3 more, making it 4-1, before the Wild get a couple of goals late in the game. So the score of 4-3 is not really indicative of the overall game. It was really the Canucks game, but the Wild got a couple near the end, a couple late goals, just to make it look better than it really was. Now, that being said, let's talk about the first 2 goals that Stalock allowed. Both of those goals were snipes. They were perfectly placed shots right under the crossbar. Now, on the one hand, anytime you see that, it's natural and I think right to say, well, you can't really fault the goaltender for those at all. I mean, the shooter just made a perfect shot, and that's true. However, once upon a time, there was this thing called a stand-up goaltender, and I would say that definitely on the first goal, maybe on both of those goals, a stand-up goaltender does not allow those goals to go in. Now, I'm getting into goaltending philosophy a little bit here, but I will say that it seems like goaltenders now drop into the butterfly the second the shot starts to leave the stick. And, there's a lot of wisdom to that. There's a lot of good in that. And I'm not saying that goaltenders should abandon being butterfly goaltenders to go to being purely stand-up. I'm just saying, can't there be a hybrid? Isn't there room somewhere for a little bit of both? I mean, Stalock's a fantastic goaltender, but most goaltenders these days do not have staying on their skates as a weapon in their arsenal. It's always drop the second the shot goes. Now, I get it. With a stand-up goaltender, the shooter learns to just keep the shot on the ice, and then you score goals that way. And that's probably true to an extent. But I think that it would be interesting to see a goaltender that had both the butterfly and the ability to stay on his skates in his arsenal in this day and age. We just don't really see it. The second 2 goals that Stalock allowed were both deflections real close to him, so he had no chance. So overall, Stalock played a good game. Even those first 2 goals, it's not right to fault him. Nobody would fault him for him. I'm just saying that, I'm just, ranting on goaltending philosophy a little bit there. So let's talk about Markstrom's goals. None of Markstrom's goals were bad. The first 2 were shots from not real far out. They caught him off guard. They're quick kind of, snap wrist shots. The one thing that I would say, though, is if you look at his reaction when the shot leaves the stick on both of the first 2 goals, he's caught off guard. Now, I know it's the job of a shooter to catch the goaltender off guard. That's how you score some goals, right? So kudos to the shooters. They shot in a way that was somewhat unexpected to him, and they caught him off guard. But you just have to go back and watch the goals and see his body language. He just looked so surprised by them. It was like he was just a split second. His reaction time was just a split second behind what was going on. Now, Markstrom's a great goaltender also. So I'm not, dogging on Markstrom. I like him a lot, but on those first 2 goals, he just didn't look ready. He looked caught off guard in a way that is not normal. So the third goal was fine, no problem on the third goal. Anyway, the series is tied up, and I don't really have a dog in the fight, okay? So I don't really care who wins, but I have to say I think Minnesota's going to win based on what I'm seeing completely on the ice, because I'm not biased in this one. And I would also say that I think partly that is because I believe that right now Stalock is the better goaltender. Do I believe Markstrom has the potential to be an excellent NHL goaltender? Absolutely. And he showed some brilliant flashes this year. Man, he had some amazing games during the regular season. But if I had to say which of these 2 goaltenders is the better goaltender right now, I would say it's Alex Stalock. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with this series. Let me know what you think. Leave me some comments. I would appreciate it. And have an awesome day.